Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast episode 88 for Tuesday the 14th of September 2021. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag PSMD Steam ID Webby 360G, and joining me on this fine evening is...
My football team is absolutely dog shit. It's number one Stuntmaster.
It's back. I'm Cinema Dan, and I'm here again for some reason. I don't know why.
And Sensei Switch.
Nice to have you all on. It's actually a surprise to have you on, Dan, because you've been very busy.
Yeah, I won't be around next week. Just fair warning.
Are you going to another festival?
I am indeed.
You're a party animal.
I wouldn't say that, mate. I literally turn up at these places, moan like an old man, and sit down.
Oh, okay.
So I've been getting fighting fit this last week, but we'll see how we go. I mean, the temperature's dipping. The sun looks like it's going to be out, which is good. But I'm actually camping this time around, so I've invested in a new inflatable mattress, lightweight. God knows what that's going to be like. And what else have I got? That's about it, really. And some warm socks as well. So
yeah. Got to have
that's
warm
very
socks.
important.
It is important.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting the Premier Gold Pass, so you get luxury toilets in the shower, but they sold out of those.
Oh.
So I'm a bit gutted, really. So I can't have a luxury shit, unfortunately.
Oh no, you just have to do it in a hole.
No, well, you know, I've never actually done that at a festival, but I've seen some horror stories. So,
Which
we'll see.
is this the Isle of Wight festival you're going to?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've had this ticket since the start of before pre-pandemic, when
Bloody
the Chemical
hell.
Brothers were supposed to be headlining, and then obviously, you know, shit at the wall, and then they said, "Oh, Chemical Brothers can't do it anymore. Let's put Pete Tong in there with his I beef for classic anthems," and I went, "Yeah, I can live with that." And then he disappears after he gets delayed again, and now we've got David fucking Guetta. And
I like a bit of David Guetta, mate. Yeah.
God.
yeah, Paul's on my side here.
Yeah.
The man's a gooning loon.
Fucking idiot.
Oh,
Yep.
he's produced some good tracks, though, to be fair.
No, a good track, mate. No, I'm so going to be elsewhere. I'm not sure who's playing at that time. I think it's the Kaiser Chiefs, which is just as bad.
Yeah, they're not
So
good.
I might have to go and get.
Just
I'll
do
have
your
to go.
big shit then.
Yeah.
baby.
The toilets will be empty. Yeah,
Yeah, you're perfect then, isn't it?
yeah. Great big poo during David Guetta.
Yeah, just leave it on the
I quite
floor.
like David Guetta and the Kaiser Chiefs, so yeah.
Mate, I've had some glorious shits during various bands at festivals. I'll tell you that now.
Oh dear.
Manic Street Preachers, Motorcycle Emptiness. That was an enjoyable one. And then there
That
was
was definitely emptiness.
and then there was the Metallica story, which I've told elsewhere, which I'll never tell again on a public forum.
Oh, you got to
yeah,
tell us
so-
now. Come on.
No, I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on. We need to get out of you, Dan. Come on.
No, ask me privately, and I might tell you, but I'm not telling that one public.
Oh man. Dan.
Anyway,
Dan.
I've said
Come
too
on,
much
Dan.
already.
Come on, Dan.
You've missed me already. You've missed me on this forum. I know you have, and I thought I'd just spoil it. And what we'll do, we'll make that exclusive for the Patreon. So once you get to 50 Patreons, I might tell that story. And I want to cut.
Well, funnily enough, you mentioned the Patreon, Dan.
See, I'm good at segues, mate.
Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, so just talking about the Patreon, I've changed it up a tiny bit. So I've added some. I've changed up the tiers a little bit, which is awesome. So you've still got your 5, 10, 15 pound tiers and all that stuff, but I've slightly changed them up. So if you want to see those, just jump onto the website. But anyone who is a £10 tier or above now is getting a shout out every single week in the show. So I will be doing that now, actually. So we have a VIP Patreon that's paying £15 a month, who is Wes, our very own Wes.
Wow.
So thank you very much, Wes. And we've got two
Nice.
£10 a month patrons who are all access patrons, and that's Phil and John. So thank you very much to you two.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So that is super.
Are you? Well, are we
awesome.
doing this conspiracy theory thingy, Bob, for anytime soon? Could you keep threatening it?
Well, okay. So okay. So this is me having my financial head on. Yes,
Okay.
we are going to record the conspiracy theory episode. I've been speaking to Hogarth actually the other day, and he's not available until the end of the month. And I've spoken to my mate Damo, who's available whenever. Obviously, this episode's going to be a Patreon exclusive, but I've set some goals on the Patreon now. So we currently have 24 patrons.
Wow.
When we get to 25, we will be pushing out the conspiracy theory episode. So we'll record it, but I'm not going to push it out onto the feed until we get one more Patreon. So there's got to be one more person out there who can afford at least a £5 a month.
Hold on. So we've got to record it before this person signs up.
No,
Or they could sign.
no, they can sign up now. If we hit 25 now, then yeah, it's going out. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Soon. It's going out as ASAP then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And
Right.
then I've set another goal for 30 Patrons. And this goal is for the music special episode that I really would love to do. Now, for those of you that don't remember, we did do a music special back in the original 360 Gamercast days, a long time ago. It might have been a Mojo, actually. It was fucking ages ago.
The Mojo, I think.
I think, yeah. That episode was over 3 hours long. And the reason for that being so long was because we all jumped on a podcast and just discussed our favourite music gaming tracks. And every single track that because I think we did a top 5 each.
Yeah, something like that.
Because there was quite a few of us on. So we went down our top 5s, but every time we mentioned, 5, 4, 3 to 1 or whatever for each person, I edited in the full track that we were talking about as well. So that's why that episode was so long, and it actually was one of our one of the favourite episodes from listeners. I think that was one of the most highly rated episodes that we've ever done.
Yeah.
So I would really love to do that again, but I'm being a bit of a dick and putting it behind a paywall and putting it as a goal. So I'm not going to push it. We're not going to record it or push it out until we hit 30 patrons. So that's something else of a little bit of an incentive to get more people to sign up. We are still going to be doing the Halloween special. That's coming out for the patrons, no matter how many there is. So yeah, Clarky's asked on Twitch if we're going to get hit by copyright. But that's the reason,
good
actually,
question.
mate, why I'm only putting it on the Patreon feed. Because if I put it on the public feed, I will get... Because the podcast goes out on Spotify and all these other podcast apps and YouTube as well, we'll get taken off Spotify, and we'll probably... That episode will probably get taken off iTunes, etc. But because I'd be hosting it on Patreon, it will only go to the Patreon subscribers. It doesn't hit any other service. It literally goes from the Patreon data store to your RSS feed on your podcast app, or you can listen to it straight on the Patreon website. So it doesn't go through any other service. So that's a way that I'm thinking that we can circumvent the copyright issues.
Good luck.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So yeah,
Good luck with that
so that's another goal to hit 30, and then we can do the super awesome long music special. If we do hit 30, then obviously there'll be more goals added, and obviously we'll be adding more content anyway. But whatever happens, we're still recording the conspiracy one at the end of the month, maybe the beginning of next month. And hopefully we'll have one more Patreon by then so we can push it out straight away. Otherwise it will just kind of sit on my hard drive until we hit that magic number, and I'll push it straight out the moment we hit that number. So that's something for the future. So yeah, again, a big thank you to the 3 patrons who are now going to get a shout out every single week. You're also going to be added into the show notes every single week. I did actually pump out a little episode midweek. It wasn't really an episode, it was like a 5-minute thing just explaining the Patreon and what's happening and what the patrons get, etc. anyway. So if you haven't listened to that, download it and give it a listen. It just explains it a lot better than what I'm doing now. So just download that. It's only 5 minutes long. Anyway,
Right. On with the show.
on with the show. So, who was first? Stunty.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Let me pause my video game.
Well, at least it's another game that you can talk about.
No. Right, what have I been playing? I finished the main storyline of Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Satsuma, as you say.
Yeah, or Satsuma. Yeah, I finished the main storyline.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really loved it. Really loved the ending. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. Actually, I've not finished with the game though. I am now trying to finish all the side quests. I have done quite a few of the side quests, as in finished them and actually got the trophies for them. But there's still quite a few more still to do. I don't know whether I will, but I'm trying to platinum it.
Wow.
Which is going to be it's going to be a hard one because it's quite a lot of hours. Because I'm already 46 hours in, and there's still a hell of a lot to do. It's still saying, I mean, my progress is saying 31%. So and that's 46 hours.
Yeah, it's a big game.
It's a big game, yeah. So this is just the normal version as well. I didn't buy the upgraded whatever because, to be honest, there's enough in the main game to do as it is, let alone buying the DLC, which has got high rate graphics and the other islands. I'm actually really enjoying the side quest stuff as well because I know some people don't do the side quests; they just stick to the main storyline. There's some actually really good little stories in the side quests, which are well worth doing. It seems a shame when people don't actually do them, which is probably the same for a lot of games. It does get a little bit samey, as in you go into a camp, you've got to sneak around the camp. But the thing I love about it is it's quite easy to play. It's very fast flowing, more so than Assassin's Creed, because you've got the bits where it's very stealthy. And just the way you can get around the map and you can climb on things, it's just so easy to do, where on some games it can be a bit of a chore. I mean, even little things that I thought to myself, why haven't we done this before in games in the past? We've always moaned about games where you've got to go up to something and you need to pick it up. And you know what it's like, you've always said it, Dan, it's a ball ache. You've got to go up to something, you've got to pick it up and you've got to push the square button, or you've got to push the X button. Well, this game, they made it so it was on the trigger. So,
Okay.
And it makes it so much easier because you can be running along or you're on your horse and you see something that you want. You just flick the trigger while you're running along and it just picks it up. It doesn't stop your flow. It just keeps going. Whereas some games you have to literally sit over the top of it and look at it and actually then push the X button or the square button to get it to do what you want it to do. So, and that's the one thing about this that I love is it's very... it flows well. Graphically wise, it's lovely. I don't think there's much more I can say because I know a lot of you have already played it as well.
It's one of my favourite. Well, it's definitely in my top 3 PlayStation exclusive games I've ever played, to be honest. And one thing I think the game did really well, Stunt, is it captured the Japanese that era very well. I felt it was very respectful, and what I really liked about it was the whole thing about the honour of the samurai.
That's right,
and how it's dishonourable for you to be sneaky and all that, but you end up actually doing it, and it's how it's his feelings on the matter, etc. And it's just done. It's done really, really well. I've never played a game like this. As I say, the combat's really well done. I love the standoffs and the timing. And the side quest, finding the foxes and all that. I mean, I didn't do all the side quests because I just ran out of time, to be honest, and I was just so engrossed with the story. I just wanted to know what happened next. It's like one of those really good Netflix series where you end an episode, right, and you're like, I need to know what's going to happen next, so you just binge it, right? So, and I think that's I don't know, that just shows how good of a game it is, because when you feel like that, when you're playing a story-based game and you're just itching to know what happens next, you have that feeling when you're not playing it, and all you can do is think about it. That's how I felt with this game. And I mean, I borrowed it, but I have been thinking recently of picking up on the PS5. But I don't think my save is on the cloud, so I'd have to redo it again. So that's what's stopping me.
You can check anyway now, can't you?
Yeah,
if you
I can.
You go on your PS5 and just go into the say, because I know that's the one thing, as we put up many times, the PlayStation cloud system doesn't work as well as the Xbox. It never has done. That's one thing Xbox does do perfect, is they've always had a decent cloud system. Sony's a bit hit and miss. I'm not sure about on the PS5 compared to the PS4, because I've not really had to do any.
You still need PS Plus, and then you need to upload your saves to the cloud, whereas Xbox just automatically do that.
Yeah. The only thing that I have come across before in the past with Xbox, with the cloud, is sometimes if you can't get online because the servers go down or something goes down, you can't get your save off the cloud to play the game. So I've had that before. So, but there we go. There's fors and against on both sides. So
I
will say though the Xbox does work better for its cloud system. If you want to go back on older games that, like what you had with you got rid of your PlayStation 4 and you lost half your saves.
Yeah, I mean, I did actually check my PS5 because you can check for your PS4 cloud saves, and I don't think I had Ghost of Sushi on there, but I did have a Days Gone save on there, so I can actually carry on with my Days Gone playthrough, which is really handy. Yeah, I did lose a lot of saves. Like, I don't have my Final Fantasy VII Remake save from the PS4 on there, so I'm replaying it again, which I'll talk about later. But I didn't mind that because it's such a good game. I'm just doing everything again.
I am surprised though. You say about the cloud saves, because I don't actually upload it to cloud ever. I've never uploaded a game to cloud ever, and they're always on there.
Okay.
So I don't understand why people can have that problem, as in whether it's only at certain points it will upload to the cloud. I don't know. If you've only played the game for an hour, it might not have uploaded to the cloud.
Well, I do think it might have been, because I did have a point on the PS4 where I didn't have PS Plus for a while, so I think that might have been. I might have played some of those games during the period I didn't have PS Plus, so that would explain why they wouldn't have uploaded.
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, so. but going back to Ghost of Tsushima, Stunty, I'm really glad you enjoyed it, because it was one of those games last year that I fell in love with, and it had such a good ending as well. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it, but I think if you've got especially a PS5, because it's got that little bit of an update, if you've not played this game, now is a perfect opportunity to pick it up.
Yeah, you can tell it's a good game, this, because it holds its price still. And always games that hold their price are normally the ones that are, I mean, all right, Nintendo stuff regardless, but PlayStation stuff, if it is a really good game, it will hold its value. Like this game is still 38 quid to buy if you want to go and buy a brand new copy. It's not dropped to a £20 game or less.
But it's worth that price. If I'd,
not a problem. But I'm just saying that just tells you how good a game it is. It's held its value.
Yeah. I mean, I borrowed it off my stepson, and I finished that game, and I said to Leanne, I said, if I'd paid 50 quid for this, I would have been more than happy, because it's just oozes quality.
But the one thing as well, which is quite amazing, is really for the developers that made the game to go from Infamous to this is quite a different style of game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like going from one game to another game that's the same platforming, jumping about. It's a very different style.
Yeah.
So, and as I say, they've done a good job. We'd be interested to see what they do next, because I know there's a lot of people saying they want another one, but I don't know if you can do another. I don't know my history of Japan, so I don't really know where you can go with the history if you want to carry it on.
Yeah.
I think the Ireland expansion was about as good as it's going to get for the moment.
Go on.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, you are talking about sort of like a dev that did do obviously Infamous and stuff for a long time, and I know obviously a lot of developers these days kind of don't want to get stuck doing the same IP over and over and over again.
Yeah. You've not really played much of this, have you, Darren?
I did actually do a hell of a lot of it on PS4, and then I ended up getting the PS5 upgrade.
Right.
but obviously I've been busy with other stuff. It's just like a absolute gem to go back to at some point.
Yeah, so I'll keep playing it, and I'll see if I can. I'll probably get a bit bored and then don't platinum it because I know what I'm like. But I'll try and do it. Well, it's not that. It becomes a job then, doesn't it? Every night you do the same thing for the next.
I know what you mean.
Time as everyone. So if you come home every night and you do an hour every night of this game and you're doing it for the next 30 days, it does feel like a job. So in my eyes. So, but there we go. Right, what else I played? I played Super Animal Royale.
What the fuck is that?
What's that on?
It's on everything actually. Well,
I've heard of this.
Switch.
I've heard of this.
It's not.
See the video.
It's not on. I don't think it's on the Switch. It's free to play. It's on Xbox. It's on PlayStation. It doesn't have cross-play though between Xbox and PlayStation. Boo.
Gutted.
Yeah, because my daughter was pissed off about that. The game is a top-down sort of battle royale game, really, where you have guns and you shoot people. What else can I say? It is.
It's really odd. Very cartoony.
Yes, it is. It's very cartoony, but it's quite a good game. You roll in the game. You hide yourself in the game just by pure luck, as in there's just cover. You go into cover, but without you knowing you're in cover. You can work as on your own or as a team of 4. I played it with my daughter, and my daughter was really pissed off at me because I was absolutely shit compared to her. You use one of the thumbsticks to position, point where your gun's going to fire. You pick up guns around the map, like any battle royale game. You pick up weapons, you pick up armor, you pick up body kit, things to protect you. You get level 1, level 2, level 3. It's quite a hard game, but it's quite satisfying if you do quite well in the game. It's funny though. It's just I love the art style of the game. It's got that like your Animal Crossing. It's that kind of style, isn't it? That kind of style of
cutesy.
Graphics. Yeah, cutesy. There's all lots of free things in the game, and there's also things that you can pay for. You can get extra characters, you can get better characters and skins and all that kind of crap. It's free, so it's worth a go. You either love it or you'll hate it. I quite enjoy it. I'm not very good at it. I have noticed that certain guns are better than others, but that's the same with any game. That's it really. That's all I can say. But it popped up the other day, actually. I think it's been on PC for a while.
Okay. It looks interesting anyway.
Yeah. It is. It's just a fun little game. So, my next game that I played, it was the free game with PS Plus this month, Predator Hunting Grounds.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've wanted to play this game for a long time, but it's one of those where it's an online-only game. And I'm always a bit dubious about online-only games because it's an online-only 4 versus 1 game. So it's not like you have a campaign. It's got none of that in this game. It's basically, well, it is a campaign, but in the actual multiplayer, if you get my meaning. But it came free on PS Plus, so downloaded it. And it's all right. It's quite good, actually. It depends on your teammates. If you're playing with randoms, you can play with randoms that are quite good, and also you can play with the Predator, which is basically there's 4 on one side and then there's a Predator on the other. Sometimes you can get a Predator that is shit hot and is really good and wipe you all out and just like that, really easy. It's done really well, as in the start of the game, you pick your character. You're in the helicopter. You've got the music as well, as in like doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, as you're coming down the helicopter. You jump off the helicopter. You're in the jungle. It's got all the perfect music from Predator, as in like the proper sounds. And then what happens is you've landed. You've got to do a certain bunch of missions. So what you have is they're all different. It's very random, as in it will do a different mission each time you do it. I'm not sure how many missions there is overall, but you'll get a mission where you have to go to a camp, and you've either got to get some information from the camp, which would be like, say, something's on a hard drive. While you're trying to get to the camp, you come against guerrillas out in the jungle that will try to take you down. And then, after a certain period of time, the Predator's out there as well. So you can have the Predator out there as well, killing the AI and after you as well. It can get quite intense because it depends on how good the Predator is. He will go invisible, as in because that's what the Predator does. But when you shoot him, you will start to see the green shit.
And he goes, yeah.
Yeah. And it's
if it
good.
bleeds, we can kill it.
Yes, that's right. Well, yeah, I've got a couple of trophies, and it says if it bleeds, you can kill it, and that's one of the trophies because I shot it in the head.
Nice.
It does take quite a lot to kill the Predator, though. I will say that. And then the other thing to say is, if you do kill the Predator, you've got the classic. You've got to run like fuck, because that Predator's going to do a nuclear bomb. And it's just, you get the and it's so good. It's, you know, it's I'm enjoying it. That's all I'm going to say. Long term, you probably got a couple of weeks out of it, 3 weeks, and then you've probably rinsed it, and then that's it. You're done. But it's a PS Plus game. It's free. You know, if I was paying 30 quid for it, I'll be a bit like, that's why I didn't want to buy it for 30 quid. So, you know, it's that's the other thing as well. If you pick yourself as a Predator, there's all the things as the Predator does. You can change your what you see through your eyes, so you can actually see all the infrareds of the people. You know, that like all the soldiers and the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing to remember, which I only found out the other night, is if you are one of the squad members, put mud on yourself. It hides you from the Predator.
Ooh.
But it only has a set. It doesn't tell you about that in the game at all. But it doesn't hold. It only holds it for so long. Then you've got to do it again. So, and a word of sort of things to remember is, if you know the Predator's close by, try and have a shotgun. Shotgun does a lot of damage to the Predator, whereas the assault rifle will just spray and pray. So that's the one thing I will say. But no, it's really good. The only thing I will say, which is handy, is that if you want to be the Predator, there is a tutorial for it to show you what to do. There is quite a lot to do on the Predator. It's quite a lot to learn on the controls, because you can use your thing on your arm, which shoots remember the cannons, the 3 red dots that used to go onto the person. It fires them out. It's none of you guys have played it, have you?
No.
Downloaded it.
Yeah. So you'll have to jump in one night and play it with squad up. I mean, I've just been playing on my own, and it's all right, but you haven't got anyone to talk to, so you've got no idea what's going on. So if one of your teammates goes down, you get a rough idea. It could be a Predator, but you need to know roughly where the bloody thing is. When you start shooting for a long period on a certain place, it will then give you a little bit of a marker to tell you where the Predator was. It depends how good the Predator is, because you can jump around the trees. The worst thing is when it comes right up to you and starts to slice you, and then when it puts you down, you then get once it kills you, you then get a cutscene, which is really fucking annoying, because you just see what the Predator does to you, as they say. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's good. Oh shit! I've got to turn my battery on. Give me a second.
Oh, got to turn on his battery for his vibrator.
Yeah. That's it. What else? Do you know, I've been off work for a while and I haven't really played much, to be honest. All I've been playing is Ghosts. The only other thing I've been playing is I've been playing FIFA 21. Only because I don't know why I always seem to play FIFA games.
Isn't FIFA 22 out now?
I don't know if it is out yet. I think
I've seen people playing it on my Xbox friends list for some reason.
All right, maybe it is out now. Well, I've had FIFA 21 for probably about a year. And I did play at the beginning, and I've only just gone back to playing it now, only because my team is playing absolutely dog shit. So it's the only I can play this and pretend that my team isn't. And I quite enjoy it. That's all. So, but other than that, I don't think there's anything else. I did go back to Drive Club the other day.
Bloody hell, is that still going?
Well,
Is it still alive?
Well, no, the servers are dead.
Yeah, they shut the servers down, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they shut the servers down, but the actual game is still active, and you can still play it. Whereas I don't know if I said on the last podcast, I had a problem with Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah,
I did, didn't I? Yeah, there were certain parts of the game you can't bloody play. But no, Drive Club, it works. It's fine. It was actually quite nice to play. Actually, it was. It's a good game. The only thing I will say though, fuck me, there's a lot of trophies for this game. There's 128 trophies.
On what?
On Drive Club.
Oh.
Overall, out of all, because there's lots of different trophies, as in like you've got one for the cars, one for the bikes, and then there's all the extra DLC things as well.
I thought it was a shame that they shut the servers down on this, because it was a really good game back in the day. Graphically, it was very hard to beat, especially with the old rain effects on the windscreen, etc.
It had a really bad launch, though, didn't it?
Yes,
really? It was broken
it did.
on launch.
Yeah,
and it was never. It did. I mean, it runs and it works, whereas other games in the past haven't. But it's a shame, really, because there isn't still. I mean, Sony don't really have. I mean, only Gran Turismo. Apart from that, that's it as a driving game, really.
yeah.
All the other stuff is all third-party stuff, whereas
Yeah.
Xbox has Forza and Forza Horizon. Whereas Sony just rely on stuff like Need for Speed or Project Cars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't the love. I mean, I don't know how well it did Drive Club. Really, did it sell well?
I don't
mean,
know.
it was pretty much a launch title, wasn't it? Or
And I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm watching a video of it now, and it looks even. I think it looks stunning.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when I played it this week, I was quite impressed with it. And the one thing I loved about it as well was 'cause one of the missions I was doing. It was because I went into the game and I've done a little bit of it, not much. I've done about 8% of the game, which doesn't seem much, but it is when you actually go into and see what you've finished. And what you've got is you've got all the bits where you've got to do a time of something or other, and then you do that, and then after that you get the shadow of you, and and then you realise that you're actually driving worse than you were the first lap. And it's like, how can this be? I'm going faster than I was, and I'm getting worse. And then you sort of eventually get better and better. And it must have done something, because I kept carrying on playing it. So I might actually stick with it for a little while, to be honest, because I do that. I dip into games and dip out. It's like Need for Speed, Most Wanted, I'm still, Hot Pursuit, still playing that. I can only do one or two races on that, because it's a bit manic, Hot Pursuit, I must admit.
Yeah.
It's a bit too on the eyes. And then Wreckfest, I need to go back to Wreckfest, because I still need to finish that. So, but yeah, that's it. That's me done.
The rest of this week's show is for Patreon subscribers only. So if you want to listen to the rest of this week's show, why not subscribe to the Patreon from as little as £5 a month? Just visit patreon.com/360gamercast and you can join the Patreon from as little as £5 a month. That gives you an episode every single week of the year and every single special episode that we do. If you sign up to the £10 a month or above tier, you get your name read out in every single show, and you also get your name added into the show notes every week. So why not join today? Again, that website is patreon.com/360gamercast.